Hi, Michelle here. In today's video, I have some fun things to share with you. I actually have a little bit of a Hoya haul for you. I know I don't have them too often because most of the time I just buy Hoyas, kind of one here, one there. But I actually picked up 3 Hoyas yesterday, and I received 1 Hoya, a Wishlist Hoya for Mother's Day. So I have 4 Hoyas to show you today, and to me that qualifies as a Hoya haul. So here we go. We're going to show 4 Hoyas today, and I hope you really enjoy them. If you like today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That lets the word out to the YouTube universe that my channel exists and that they might like to see the content I have out there. If you'd like to see other content similar to this, especially Hoya related content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I have a goal to make it to 1,000 subscribers. I just crossed 450 and I'm really excited about that. If you'd like to subscribe, I really appreciate that. If you'd like to add something to the conversation, maybe let me know what Hoyas you've got recently. Please let me know in the comment section. I do read and respond to all the comments. It just might take me a day or so, so give me a little bit to respond to, but I will. And now let's go ahead and talk about these exciting Hoyas. The first Hoya I'm going to show you is the Hoya that I got for Mother's Day. This is the one that my daughter and my husband bought me, and it was a wishlist plant, and this is the sigilatis Borneo. And I got this plant and I was really surprised. This is a nice large-sized plant, definitely established. I did take it out of the small cup it was in, and I put it in a little bit of a larger cup. This is a 3-inch cup, a little over 3 inches. This is about 3.5-inch cup. It had great looking roots. I got this Hoya for Mother's Day, and I was really surprised that it was as large as it was. It's kind of on a short trellis right now. It does have a couple of long stems, but I do not want to put it on an actual bamboo trellis at this time because it is a little too short for that. I do want it to grow a little. It has wonderful splashing on it. These leaves are very, very, very splashy. It's kind of interesting. There are 2 leaves right here with absolutely lovely splashing, and then there is a leaf right here that has absolutely no splashing to it. So go figure. It does have a leaf that has a little bit of yellowing right here, and I do believe that was a watering issue when I first got it. It does also have a leaf right here that does have a little bit of yellowing going on. I do believe that was an inconsistent watering issue on my part when I first got it. Transferring it from the mix it was in to the other mix. It looked like it was in a rice hull mixture. It did have the holes dispersed throughout the cup that it originally came in. When I took it out of the cup, the whole thing came out as one solid mass. So I didn't really try. I tried kind of massaging it like this to see if I could break apart any of the substrate, but nothing came out. So I literally just took the whole thing and put it in as a whole root ball into this, their substrate and all. I'm hoping that this will not cause any issues with the roots. The roots were pretty well established in that mix, so I'm hoping that I will not encounter any watering issues or anything like that with this plant. See if you can see, you can't really see it now, but the mix it's in now is fine bark. It's orchiata bark, a little bit, probably about a even mix between orchiata bark and cocoa husk chunks, then tree fern fiber and perlite. So there's all of that in there. So this is the mix I'm on right now. It seems to do good. It stays a lot wetter than my previous mixes have. So I'm thinking this may be a hit on the mix that I'm gonna stay with. So we'll see. But this Hoya, like I said, is my Mother's Day present. This was on my wish list, my Hoya wish list. This is the sigilatis Borneo. So quite exciting. The next three plants I got from Lauren's Leaves. She's Lauren's Leaves 777 on Instagram and Palm Street. And I know that you have heard me talk about her before. I've bought quite a few plants from her. She is local to me, so it is pretty convenient for me to go ahead and purchase from her, because then I can just go pick it up. So this is the leucantha. This is my second go at the leucantha. My first one was larger, but unfortunately I did not keep it watered well and it passed away. I'm wondering, this seems to be well rooted in here. I pull on it, it's very firm. I don't really see any roots. I see a couple little ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to show roots in the outside of the cup. Like there's a little root right there, if you can see it. I'm going to wait until the roots, I can see the roots in the edge of the cup. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pot it in probably a 2-inch cup, one of my 2-inch pots that I have, and see if I can't get it to grow. It does have a live growth point on the end with a new, looks like a new growth tip that is coming out. It does have a new growth tip. I'm hoping that it produces some new leaves. These leaves are really beautiful when they first come out. They're very bronze. Normally these like to hang in pairs. They're kind of like a cross between a Bermanica and a Polynura, very small, and a Bella maybe. But it's a very unique little pendant, kind of a hanging type of a Hoya. It's very cute, very interesting. This is my second try, like I said. Hopefully this will be the last try for me, and I can get this one to grow. So this one is the leucantha. The second Hoya that I have from Lauren's Leaves 777 is, you know, I have 3 variegated lacunosa. I have 3 inner variegated lacunosa. This is number 3. This is the lacunosa Souma. And it is a little smaller than my other variegated lacunosas. You can see one of them right over my shoulder here. That's the lacunosa inner variegated. But this is the Souma. And this is a really pretty little guy. I'm hoping that he grows as fast as his other lacunosa cousins do. This one seems to have more variegation covering the whole leaf surface than the tricolor Bruno or the lacunosa inner variegated have. So that was what interested me in this Hoya. The other thing that's interesting is the inner variegated lacunosa doesn't have this, but the tricolor Bruno does, and that is that the new growth tip or the new stem on this lacunosa Souma is pink as it comes out. So that's kind of a cute little throwback to the Crimson Queen, I guess you could say, although it's not bred from the Crimson Queen. So you can see that new stem has a pinkish tint, whereas the old stem is yellow. So that is pretty interesting on it. It's got these two new leaves that have come out. The old leaves are very, very thick and succulent. The new leaves are very thin, like, these old leaves are thick like a croniana leaf, like the real thick ones, or like the Dischidia, how they get real thick in the middle. They're kind of like convex, I'm sorry. This is a very hardy looking lacunosa. It's in a little bit larger pot than the last one was in, and I do see one root sticking out. I'm not going to do a tug test on this because it is such a small little cutting. But this one does have a little longer to grow in this pot before I can go ahead and up pot it. Now the trick is just to make sure it stays damp while it roots better. So this is my second Hoya from Lauren's Leaves, or my third Hoya in my Hoya Haul, and that is the lacunosa Souma, right there. This is my last Hoya, and this is a Hoya I had before, but unfortunately after a very long period of me abusing that Hoya, it died. So this is kind of a replacement, and I had that Hoya a very long time ago, so I feel good in trying it again. And this is the scortechinii. This is the scortechinii white, and it's got very firm leaves. It's a very pretty Hoya. This Hoya does have one damaged leaf right here, as you can see, but the rest of the leaves are very healthy. You can see them, there's 2, 4, 5 leaves total, and they're all very turgid, very stiff, cardboard-like, which is always a good sign for health, for Hoya health. This Hoya has beautiful flowers as well as a beautiful leaf shape. These will look really beautiful once it gets long and starts growing on a trellis. Not this trellis, but it's really beautiful. This cutting is very beautiful as well. The leaves are fairly close in between the inner nodes, so that's always a good thing. This is in what looks like an 1.5-inch pot. I don't see any roots. I do maybe see one, but I just watered this today, which could definitely be why I'm not seeing anything in the edge of the pot. But it does look like it was rooted in a high humidity area because of these wispy aerial roots that have emerged and kind of dissipated once it was out of a very humid area. But I love this. I'll show a picture of the flowers because the flowers are really beautiful too. This is the white scortechinii. So that is, I don't think my first one was a white. I think it was the other color. So that is my last Hoya in this Hoya haul, the scortechinii white. So there we go. Okay, so those are my 4 Hoya for today. A positive Hoya haul for me. I know that may not seem like a massive Hoya haul, But for me, when I'm struggling to get, I'm struggling to get close to that 140 Hoya mark, and I'm running out of room to put them, which I did not think I would ever say, but I'm saying it now. So I did want to institute a one in, one out policy, and what I ended up doing was taking a bunch of cuttings to sell. So I'm not doing so good on that right now, but I still have it in mind, so it's still a goal of mine. I'm hoping to have a sale. I'm hoping to have a sale in June, because I don't think my cuttings will be rooted by the end of May. So I'm hoping in June, maybe, hopefully. So there will be that, and hopefully the sale goes well. So that is all for today. I really hope you enjoyed this Hoya haul with me. Let me know, what are some Hoyas that you've recently purchased? Were they some original Hoyas that you wanted to get your hands on for a while? Were they Hoyas that perhaps you've tried before and lost and want to try again? I normally don't try Hoyas again. Normally, if I kill it, that Hoya is just not for me. Unless it was something that I know was really unusual, like I didn't water it for like a month or something like that, like something I know I can fix. If it's like something like is my normal care routine and it died, I'm probably not going to get it again, because I'll probably just kill it again, because it was my normal care routine that caused it to die. So I am trying these again, at least the scortechinii. So I'm trying that one again. I hope to have good success with these. I hope these grow. I can't wait for them to get larger. Now I have to find space in the cabinets for them, which means I'll probably have to move cabinet plants out into the rooms, the open areas, which is a whole other, process in and of itself. So that's where I will close the video today, but definitely let me know, what are some Hoyas that you've got recently? What are your Hoya hauls that you've had? I'd love to hear yours. Maybe give me some ideas of some Hoyas to put on my wish list. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you were able to either have fun watching me or get a lot done while having this on in the background of whatever you were doing. I really do appreciate you taking the time to spend this with me. I know that there are a lot of other things that you could do with your time, so I do really appreciate that you spent it with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, I'll talk to you then. Thanks. Bye.